All right, diving right in today, you sent us this audio called "If You Experience Any of These 20 Signs, Your Soul is Getting Quantum Upgrades." And I gotta say, I'm hooked just by the title. Quantum upgrades for your soul. I mean, what does that even mean?
Yeah, it's definitely tapping into that whole you know, fascination with personal growth, spiritual evolution, all that, people wanting something more, change and quantum upgrade. It kind of gets you thinking, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. But before we get into the 20 signs, I think we got to break this down a bit. What exactly are we talking about when we say quantum upgrade? I mean, it sounds kind of high tape for something like, the soul.
Right. It's like imagine upgrading your phone's operating system, right? You get new features, new capabilities, a quantum upgrade for your soul. It's kind of like that, a big leap forward in your consciousness, moving to a higher level, like a software update, but for your soul.
So less about downloading new apps, more about expanding your potential.
Exactly. And a big part of this seems to be about breaking free from those old beliefs, those limitations, kind of like escaping the matrix, as some people call it.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get it. So let's talk about these 20 signs. The audio mentions some pretty wild stuff like flying sensations and seeing through politics. Are we supposed to take these literally?
Not necessarily. It's more about seeing the patterns in your life, recognizing them as signs of growth, like those flying sensations could be linked to out-of-body experiences, those altered states of consciousness you hear about. It's about opening up to the idea that there's more to reality than we see.
I've definitely had those moments where I feel like I'm floating, especially during meditation. Maybe there's something to that. What about the seeing through politics thing? Does that mean becoming a cynic?
Not exactly. Think of it more like developing a deeper understanding of how the world really works. Like seeing the puppeteer behind the curtain. It's about recognizing those influences, the societal norms, the power dynamics, the things that might be holding us back.
So understanding the game, not just the players. That makes sense. Some of the signs also mention physical symptoms, like heart palpitations or flu-like feelings, and they link it to chakra activations. That sounds pretty intense.
Yeah, it's like think of your chakras as those energy centers in your body. They affect everything: physical, emotional, spiritual well being. It's like when you update your computer, sometimes things get a bit glitchy while it's installing. These chakra activations, it could be like your energy system is recalibrating, and that process can show up physically.
That's a really interesting way to look at it. The audio also talks about an intense release of toxins. Could that be connected to those physical symptoms?
Definitely possible. Think of it as a deep clean, both physically and emotionally. As you let go of old patterns, old beliefs that no longer serve you, it can feel like you're purging on multiple levels.
So this quantum upgrade process, it can be pretty intense, both internally and externally. And this ties back to the idea of light workers, right? Their purpose in the world.
Exactly. It's like these intense experiences are part of a bigger calling and a mission to bring more light, more healing to the planet, like a wake-up call urging you to step into your power and contribute.
That's a lot to process. And it sounds like this transition, it's not always easy. The audio uses the phrase dark and stormy. That doesn't exactly sound like a walk in the park.
Right. It's a process, it has its ups and downs. It's not instant enlightenment, but a journey with twists and turns.
So how do we navigate this without getting totally overwhelmed? The audio mentions things like hydration and finding your soul tribe. Is that what we're talking about?
Absolutely. Self-care is key. It's like training for a marathon. You got to fuel your body, rest, have a support team, your soul tribe. Those who get it, they can make all the difference.
Okay, I'm starting to see how it all fits together. Intense experiences, a potential mission, and the importance of self-care. What else is in store for us on this deep dive?
Well, the audio also talks about some specific tools and practices, things that can help with this transition, like mantras and energy work. Definitely worth exploring those further.
That sounds fascinating. Let's dive into those in the next part of our deep dive.
It's interesting, this whole quantum upgrade thing, it's not just about individual transformation. It's like a collective shift. Like we're all connected, evolving together.
So it's not just me leveling up my soul. It's about everyone contributing to a bigger change.
Yeah, that's the idea. And some of these signs in the audio, they hint at this interconnectedness, like feeling drawn to some people while others kind of repel you energetically.
Oh, I've totally experienced that. Feeling instantly connected to some and totally drained by others. I used to think it was just personality, but maybe there's an energetic side to it too.
It's possible your intuition getting sharper, more attuned to the energy around you. As you evolve, you naturally gravitate towards those on a similar wavelength, your soul tribe, as the audio calls it.
That makes a lot of sense. The audio also mentions this shift in dimensions, moving towards the fifth dimension. Now, I'm no physicist, but that sounds pretty out there.
Right. Mind-bending stuff. Imagine a fish swimming in a pond, right? It only knows its own little world, two-dimensional. But above the surface, there's a whole other dimension, ours, with trees and birds and sunshine, things the fish can't even fathom. The fifth dimension, it's kind of like that, a higher consciousness that exists beyond our current perception.
So we're not physically teleporting to another planet, but expanding our awareness.
Exactly. Transcending the limitations of how we currently see things, moving beyond duality, separation, towards unity and connection.
But even if we're evolving to this higher dimension, we're still living in this 3D world, right? Seems like that could cause some friction.
Absolutely. It's like having one foot in each world, experiencing glimpses of a higher reality while navigating the density of this one. It can be pretty disorienting, like you're caught between two worlds.
That explains why this transition can feel so dark and stormy sometimes. Not all rainbows and unicorns.
Yeah, not always. It's a process, and it's not always smooth sailing. There can be resistance, both internal and external.
So how do we stay grounded amidst all this energetic upheaval? The audio mentions practices like deep breathing, even intense shaping. What's the thinking behind that?
It's all about releasing those energetic blockages, allowing energy to flow freely through your body, like clearing out the pipes so your energy system can work better.
So it's not just meditating on a mountaintop, it's getting into your body and moving that energy around.
Exactly. And don't forget connecting with nature, seeking solitude, nurturing those soul tribe relationships, those who understand and support you.
It takes a village, right? Especially when you're going through something others might not get.
Community is crucial, especially during these profound shifts. It gives you that sense of belonging, support, validation. It can be incredibly grounding during times of uncertainty.
Like a team of cheerleaders and co-pilots all rolled into one. The audio uses some pretty strong imagery, too, talking about this transition as a battle, using terms like light warrior and fighting for love and peace.
Yeah, it suggests that embodying higher consciousness isn't always easy. There are internal battles, overcoming fear, doubt, limiting beliefs, and external challenges, navigating a world that might not align with your new awareness.
So it's not just passively evolving, it's actively choosing love over fear, taking a stand for what you believe in.
Exactly, stepping into your power and using it to create positive change within yourself and the world around you.
That's empowering, but kind of daunting, too. A lot of responsibility.
It is, and it's okay to feel that mix of emotions. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. You don't have to be a perfect light warrior all the time.
That's good to hear. The audio also talked about crashing back to Earth. Seems to acknowledge that there will be ups and downs.
Absolutely. It's not a linear progression, but a spiral. We revisit certain lessons, certain challenges until we integrate them. And that's okay. It's all part of the process.
And a process we don't have to go through alone, right? The audio talks about connecting with guides, trusting intuition, remembering we have support.
That sense of connection is essential. Whether you call it your higher self, the universe, spirit guides, whatever resonates, feeling held and supported can give you immense strength, especially when you feel like you're crashing back to Earth.
Like a cosmic safety net. And it's not just passively receiving guidance, it's actively participating in co-creating our reality, right?
Exactly. That's where the magic happens. Combining spiritual insights with conscious action. The audio talks about intention, manifestation, aligning your energy with your desires.
So understanding we have the power to shape our experience both individually and collectively.
That's it. A big picture perspective, stepping into greater responsibility and purpose, not just for ourselves, but for the world around us.
This whole quantum upgrade concept, it's mind-blowing, empowering, inspiring, and maybe even a little overwhelming all at the same time.
It definitely invites us to expand our thinking, embrace new possibilities. And remember, the audio gives us some concrete tools and practices.
That's right, we haven't even gotten to those yet. In the final part of our deep dive, let's explore those techniques, the mantras, the energy work, the things that can help us navigate this journey with more grace and ease. All right, so we've talked about what these quantum upgrades are, why we might be happening, but let's get practical. If we're feeling these intense shifts, what can we actually do?
Right. Got to have the tools, right? The audio actually gives some really specific techniques for protecting your energy, staying balanced, like a toolkit for your soul's journey.
I love that. So what's in this toolkit? Give us the goods.
Well, one that jumped out was using crystals and sage. It specifically mentions creating a perimeter of crystals around your home and using sage to smudge, repeating a mantra to clear out lower vibrations.
So like an energetic cleanse for your space. I've heard of sage for clearing negative energy, but never thought about crystals that way.
Yeah, crystals, they hold specific vibrations, and placing them strategically around your home can create a more harmonious, protective environment, like building an energetic shield.
That makes sense, especially if you're feeling bombarded by negativity or just need some peace.
Exactly. And it ties back to self-care, right? Creating a sanctuary for yourself, a space to recharge, reconnect. That's crucial during these big transformations.
Like a nest for your soul. The audio also mentions specific mantras for protection and healing, right?
Yeah, and it stresses repetition, really embedding those affirmations in your subconscious. One example is, I embrace all upgrades appropriate for me under the protection of my higher self.
That's powerful. I can see how repeating that would create a sense of safety, trust in the process.
It's about claiming your power, but also acknowledging you're not alone. There's a higher intelligence, a guiding force supporting you.
And it speaks to discernment too, right?
Yeah.
Not all energies are beneficial. Got to be mindful of what you let in.
Absolutely. As you raise your vibration, become more sensitive, it's crucial to protect your energy field from negativity.
The audio also talks about sending love to specific people, including yourself, 3 times each. I've heard similar things in other traditions. Why the emphasis on 3?
Well, in numerology, 3 is often associated with expansion, manifestation. Repeating something 3 times is thought to amplify its power, its intention.
Like giving those loving intentions an extra boost. What about the advice to stay home, avoid contact if your energy's off? Some might see that as antisocial.
It's not about that. It's about honoring your needs. Recognizing when you need to retreat, recharge, it's self-respect.
And protecting your energy so you can show up fully when you are ready.
Exactly. You can't be on all the time. Everyone needs time to recharge, connect inwards, just be.
Makes sense. The audio also emphasizes hydration and connecting with your soul tribe.
Right. Those are foundational for self-care. Water, it's essential for energy flow, clearing out toxins. And connecting with supportive people, that gives you belonging, understanding, especially when you're going through something others might not get.
Like a safe space to process, integrate these experiences. And I love how the audio reminds us to find joy, lightness, even amidst all this transformation.
Absolutely. It even suggests smiling, simple but powerful, shifting your energy, spreading positivity, a reminder that even when things are tough, there's always something to be grateful for.
Like choosing to focus on the light, even when surrounded by darkness.
Exactly. And that's ultimately what this whole quantum upgrade journey is about, isn't it? Choosing love, choosing expansion, choosing to step into a greater version of yourself.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into quantum upgrades, what's the one key takeaway you hope our listeners walk away with?
I think it's this. Transformation, especially on a soul level, it can be messy, unpredictable, overwhelming at times, but it's also profound growth, expansion, evolution. Embrace the journey, honor your needs, and remember, you have the power to choose love, light, connection every step of the way.
Beautifully said. And a huge thank you to you, dear listener, for sharing this incredible audio with us. It's been an amazing journey exploring these ideas together. Keep shining your light, and remember, you've got this.